Welcome to Durbania. I'm Rap Thorn.
Come on, man. It's Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones.
Welcome to Durbania. I'm Rap Thorn.
I'm Durbin.
And today, we're doing a retro review.
The first retro review! Yeah! And clearly, it's Indiana Jones.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first one.
To be specific.
Yeah.
Yes.
Released 1981.
Oh my goodness. I
Raiders
wasn't even
of-
born. I wasn't even born.
I was.
Ah, you're old.
I'm old. Released in 1981. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Absolutely one of my favorite videos.
Oh my goodness.
One of the classics. Yes, just about anybody who Indiana Jones is, and they'll be able to tell you. Amazing, 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 amazing.
So the reason we're doing this and starting our retro reviews with this is because not too long ago it was announced Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford will be returning for Indiana Jones 5.
Absolutely.
And even though Indiana Jones 4 was not up to par, but we'll talk more about that when we get there because I have my own set of opinions on that.
Right.
I am super excited for Indiana Jones 5, and I don't even care that he's like 80 now. He's still Indiana Jones to me, and I'm freaking excited to see Harrison Ford don this hat once again. And then afterwards, hey, Steven Spielberg, we could do it. Look how good I look in this hat.
I could be a good villain.
Yeah, he could be a great villain, or my Sala.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's actually review Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All right.
So can I just put a little warning out there?
Yeah.
I'm incredibly biased. I really am. And I love this movie.
With any older movie, everyone has combed through the movie. There's plot holes. There's stuff with the camera. You can see a microphone here, or this doesn't work, or this doesn't explain that.
You can see the reflection of the snake in the glass. Yes.
Or this wasn't around during this time when the movie was supposed to be, and, in the 30s, whatever, who cares?
Yes, it's Indiana Jones.
It's Indiana Jones. So the movie, basically, it's about the Russians. There's something.
You have jumped ahead 3 movies.
All right, here we go. Here we go. 3,
Here we go.
2, 1. So the plot of this movie is the Germans, or the Nazis, are trying to find the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
Indiana Jones is tasked with finding it before the Germans do. So in the beginning of the movie, you see Indiana Jones. He's going through this jungle, and they're trying to find this lost artifact. He's there, and he's got his bag of sand, and he's, switching it out for the idol. He goes to walk away, the big boulder scene.
I was watching this with my wife, who did not have the pleasure of growing up with this film in the same way that we did.
Wow.
And so she's watching this, and she's seen it before but didn't remember it. She's like, wait, with the boulder, why doesn't he just duck and let it roll over, and then he's fine? Because he's Indiana Jones!
No.
Well, I know, would it block the exit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It blocks the exit right at the end when he jumps out.
And then he's running from the natives, and my wife is like, why aren't they shooting at him? And they wait until they're on the riverbank. Yeah. But I don't care.
I don't care. It's one of those movies where you really just don't care.
No, it's a fun adventure movie.
Right.
Yes.
Snakes.
Oh my gosh.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Why did it have to be snakes?
I love that he has this huge fear of snakes, and they really brought that out in the movie by having the floor covered in snakes in the tomb where the Ark of the Covenant is. Just one of those things that just, it's like,
yes,
they definitely played on his fear there.
They really did. I have to say, it is kind of funny. And even as I watch this movie again so many times, and I love it, but he gets locked down in there with all the snakes with Marion.
Yeah.
And he sees the snakes coming through the wall. So this is really creative. But what I don't get is how he climbs up on top of that statue, and by kicking it in the head, breaks it only at the feet. Right. And then the whole statue falls, breaks down this stone wall, and he's not even scratched.
I know why.
Why?
It was in the script.
That is good enough for me because it's Indiana Jones.
So, a few fun facts about this movie. So, in the beginning, when he's talking to the feds, there's an equation behind him. Now, myself, I'm a math guy. So, it's a physics equation that doesn't actually work itself out. It's about projectile motion. And going through it, myself, I was like, oh, okay, this right here. The first part of it works, but the second part really doesn't. So it's kind of one of those things where as you're first going through it, oh, they actually hired somebody to write an actual equation. But then as you get down through it, it's like, oh, okay, somebody probably looked something up and tried to figure something out on their own. So it doesn't actually work out.
I didn't even realize there was an equation.
Yeah.
But here's another question I have.
Little fact.
Have you noticed this when you're watching Indiana Jones? When he's the professor and he's teaching, he wears glasses.
Yeah.
When he's Indiana Jones and he's wearing his hat,
no glasses.
There are no glasses. So is this like a secret identity Clark Kent Superman thing? And if he needs glasses for class, doesn't he need glasses for adventuring?
Maybe.
But I don't care.
I don't care. So one of the most iconic scenes in this movie is the scene with the big guy with the sword, and he's swinging it around. And they're about to get into a big fight, and Harrison Ford, Indiana, just pulls out a gun and goes, pow, and kills him. The story behind that scene is this scene was slated to be a 3-day shoot for this one fight scene.
What that fight would have been. I mean, I'm glad it's what it is, but it makes me wonder, what were they going to do that it was going to be 3 days?
Harrison Ford had dysentery. Oh. If you don't know what dysentery is, it's a form of diarrhea that can be fatal, depending on which form you have. So it's really, really hot. He's not feeling great. And rather than do this whole thing, he pulls out this gun and he shoots the guy. So Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg, they go over this thing and they're like, you know what? It's great because Steven Spielberg didn't want to be out there for another 3 days anyway. So they used it. It's become an iconic thing, and it's really amazing. Just a little bit of story behind that scene. So
one of the most iconic scenes in the movie, for me personally, I don't know why this is my most iconic scene, but it just is. From childhood through now, like I used to act this scene out. I don't know if I acted out, but I used to just pretend it was me.
Yeah.
Where Indiana Jones gets thrown through the truck window. This is after he hijacks the truck that has the Ark in the back. He gets thrown through the window. He's in the front of the car holding onto the grill. And they're like, come on, ram it. And what does Indy do? Hardcore. He just goes under the car, hanging onto the gears, dragging on the road, gets his whip in there, comes out. He's like being drugged as he goes, just pulls himself forward, climbs back up the truck, goes all the way back around after getting shot in the arm, climbs all the way back around, kicks the guy into the passenger seat, jumps in, takes the wheel, grabs the guy, throws him out, and he gets run over.
Yeah. It's so good.
For me, I don't know why, but every time I pop that movie in or I see it on TV or whatever, I cannot wait for that scene.
Yeah. So for me, growing up, obviously I saw this movie when I was young. One of the things that stood out to me is I did a little bit of boxing back in my day when I was in high school. So one of the things that really stood out to me was the big, huge Nazi bare knuckle boxer.
Yes.
And he's all, come on, get off the plane, come on, I'm going to fight you, right? So during this whole fight scene, they're going around the thing, and the plane, the propellers are going, so it's kind of turning, it's doing its thing because the girl moved the blocks, whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really sticks out to me is the part where he gets chopped up by the propeller. And you see the blood splatter all over the plane.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Oh, dude. One of it's a little kid, little boy. It's just like, oh, blood. How cool is that, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing, keeping with the blood theme is when they open the Ark.
Oh, my goodness.
And the guy's faces melts. Oh!
When anybody uses the expression, that melted my face off, I think of Indiana Jones and... Oh,
dude.
Oh, my goodness.
So many nightmares. It was so good, though.
Do you know what I really appreciate about just all these Indiana Jones movies?
Yeah.
They don't make movies like that anymore. And what I mean by that is, Indiana Jones is not to be taken seriously. It was made as a fun adventure movie.
Yeah.
And for instance, The Hobbit. it's just a treasure hunt children's story. And then we get into the Lord of the Rings, but we couldn't just keep it that way. Had to make it this giant trilogy epic. But Indiana Jones just came from this time of, we can make this just to be a fun adventure movie.
So I tell you what, guys, let us know what you want us to do. Tell us on Facebook. Tell us on Twitter.
Tell us right here in the comments. We're doing Indiana Jones the next 3 weeks to hit all 4 movies because, you know, Indiana Jones 5 has been announced. So, of course, you know, we have to.
Absolutely.
But what do you want us to do next? You can let us know, Twitter, Facebook, or the comments. Also, while you're down there in the comments, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check us out on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Durbin.
I'm Rapthorn.
Thanks for checking out Durbania.